All right, so we are here today with the founder, the CEO of Reach One Local, the man who got me to Charlotte, Jeff Runnels.
I like that second part better.
Yeah.
Happy to be here, though, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So let us know, because you started up a business. You know, you left your previous W-2, the salary life. You're out on your own. What's the business that you started? What do you do?
Yeah, you said it. It's called Reach One Local. Basically, web design, SEO, targeted advertising. So the idea of it is if you want to show up online, we're here to help you. That's where basically experts everything within the search engine. So that means primarily Google, Bing, Yahoo too, but they kind of follow suit with what Google does for the most part. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of what my professional life was the last 7 years or so, with the goal ultimately to work for myself, or work for my clients, I should say, but kind of stem from our dad's backgrounds, working for themselves the whole time.
Right.
Took the chance back in February of last year, and now, so far, so good.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
How scared were you to jump from being so comfortable with the salary, how much you're going to get, to that entrepreneurship?
Yeah, it's a good question, man. I mean, it's scary for sure, but at the end of the day, like, I've known this is what I wanted to do for a long time. I didn't know, like, that I wanted to start an SEO agency, but I knew that I wanted to work for myself in some capacity or another for, like, ever. My thought, like, listen to podcasts, read up on, like, entrepreneurs that have done it, and everybody says, like, there's never going to be a right time, really. Like, you're never going to just, the stars are going to, like, maybe it will, for 1 in a million people, but there were a couple of things at my previous job where, like, there was a lot of turnover going on. CEO had changed. And I was like, you know what? If this isn't the right time, then there's really never a right time. So took the chance. So far, so good. Still eating. So that's good.
That is good.
That's what matters. That's what matters. It kind of took the question away I was going to ask there, like what made you feel maybe not the right time, and like was it just one of those to where okay, cut ties with the job and go start the company, or how did that process happen?
Yeah, so the timing specifically. So on the side also, like a passion of mine is baseball. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Obviously, I know Tyler does. I'm assistant coach up at Cannon School for baseball. We play Hickory Grove this year, actually. I'll have to let you know when that
Cougars.
is. Yep.
Take an L. I'm going to take an L.
Yeah, we'll see. Squad's looking pretty good this year, man, for real. But anyway, point is, we had 5 days a week practice starting a certain date last year. So I was like, all right, I'm going to line it up so that my full-time job is over by the time we go 5 days a week. I don't know if that's the right way to look at starting a business, but that's when I did it so that I could kind of work in the morning, coach in the afternoons, and then work again in the night. And so far it's worked.
So you pretty much allowed yourself a way to go start this business, become essentially your own boss, work for your clients too, like you said, and also be able to still do what you're passionate about.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
it. Sounds like the right way to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was freelancing for a long time leading up to it too, so it's not like I was just jumping in with like no clients or anything like that and trying to figure it out. I mean, I am trying to figure it out still. I think we all are, but I guess that helped to be able to do it. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was like the schedule flexibility, working more hours, but when I want to work them.
Right. You said that you were doing some freelancing while working at the other job before starting up on your own.
Yeah.
How long were you doing that for? To like kind of build a clientele?
Yeah, so I've been freelancing actually before I even had my first professional job doing SEO. I started professionally SEO, like my first job was 2017, where I actually had a salary, somebody paying me to do it. But prior to that, to even get experience to get that job, I was freelancing, working for people for free, just to try to build the experience. And then it's kind of snowballed from there a little bit, word of mouth, people that need help. Now to the point where I was able to have enough to take the chance and continue to try to make it grow.
What does that look like freelancing to do things like that? Like what kind of, I guess, process? I don't really know the process at all of like SEO or anything.
So the process of freelancing or the process of SEO?
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
talk to us like we're a little kid.
Yeah, we'll start with the freelance. Literally
Okay.
talk to me like I'm a child.
Wait, no, start with the SEO, because we keep
SEO?
throwing that term around.
Oh,
S-
yeah.
SEO is search engine optimization. So that is if somebody searches, if you got a leak in your faucet, you need a plumber, you don't know one, you go to Google, plumber near me, best plumbers in Charlotte, whatever. SEO is what's making them show up at the top of Google, long story short. The freelancing side of it was really just like, okay, who do I know that owns a business that I could say, hey, let me do something for you for free. This is what I want to do. You probably need help with it, especially then. Like, nobody even knew what SEO was, really. Still, a lot of people don't, but it's much more of a common practice now than it was then. But so that's how I started freelancing. Yeah, is reaching out to people I knew that owned businesses and then offering free services.
And
to
you
get
do it for
started.
free for a certain amount of time, and then they'll pay you down the line. Because it's
yeah,
hard to believe somebody you're gonna do it for free did for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, then I don't think I really thought that far ahead because it was like, I just need something on my resume, basically. So it was like, let me do something for you. And then, so actually, it's funny you say that. The very first client that I ever did, I built the website for them. They're a pizza shop down in Litchfield Beach, South Carolina, south of Myrtle.
Yeah.
Our Way Pizza, it's called. Great pizza. If you're ever down there, check it out. I built them their site for free. Was just kind of learning about SEO, didn't know a whole lot about it, but I don't know if they still are, but they are ranking. If you search like pizza delivery, Litchfield Beach, like they were number one.
I'm gonna see it right now.
Yeah, check it out. But so a lot of it too now is like reviews and stuff, and they kill it with their reviews, and that's not like, that's because their food's good and their service is good and all that.
Yeah, it's up to the company at that point. Once you get people there, now you got to do your job.
Yeah, right.
So,
And then if your SEO is great, but you got bad reviews, that's going to trump everything anyway. Oh yeah. So, but to answer the question, so they every now and then will still hit me up, like once a year maybe, and it's like, hey, can you update our menu? Can you change our hours? And I still will do it for them for free.
What is it called?
Our Way Pizza.
Our Way Pizza.
It's RWAY.
Oh, okay. It's yep.
Are they still there?
It's the first one.
Let's go.
Right under the sponsor, you got
Hell yeah.
Domino's, Pizza, and then them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, are Domino's and Pizza Hut paid though?
Yeah, they're
Is that-
sponsored.
sponsored,
Yeah.
sponsored one.
So this is the
Oh,
first one
There
that's
you
not.
go.
So it works.
That's legit.
Hit me up if you need help.
Okay, I see.
That was all by design.
I'm not
Yeah.
lying. If you can zoom in on this, I'm not lying. It's right there.
That's dope.
That's tough. Oh shit.
So how does search engine optimization work? If someone says, okay, I want you to boost our SEO, right? We want to be like Our Way Pizza and be at the top. What are you doing for them specifically?
So it's a lot different now than it was back then. Before it was, you had to make sure the technical stuff on the back end was done, and then over time that would gain trust with Google, and you would start to rank. Now you do still have to do all that, and by the technical stuff, I won't go too into the weeds, but there's things like title tags, heading tags, meta description, schema markup. There's different stuff that's like kind of on the back end that Google sees, reads, and understands what your website is about. Do that right, but then the main ingredient is the content that you're publishing. So what it's called right now is helpful content. Google released an algorithm update about 1.5 years ago, and now there's been multiple iterations to it called the helpful content update. And you want to just regularly produce content that is genuinely helpful to somebody. So in the real estate market, for example, a great one that we've been working with a couple clients on is building out like guides to the city that you operate in. So like everything there is to know about Charlotte if somebody was living here, whether that's like neighborhood market update or neighborhood guides, market analysis updates,
Best places to eat in certain
exactly.
neighborhoods, stuff like that.
Yep, all that stuff. So like, it's got to be relevant to your industry. For real estate, it's a lot of fun to work with because you can basically just become an expert in your city. That's what you guys basically are, right? That's like kind of your day to day is really being an expert in the city that you operate in.
Right.
Is that
Yeah.
fair to say?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. But then, so like I got one of our clients is a Windows installer in Denver, Colorado. It's obviously very different from, well, not very different from real estate, actually. It's still within the realm of houses and everything. But so his is a learning center that is like Windows 101. We haven't actually built it out yet. We're still in the process of doing it. But so that'll be answering questions that people are asking. If somebody is like, how do I know when I should replace my Windows? Or what are the best types of windows to use in Denver? Or like whatever it may be. And there's different tools you can use to see what questions people are asking. But then it's really just answering the questions that people are asking and doing it consistently and doing it well.
So it's more not necessarily about selling your product, but providing value. So that
Exactly.
way, when they need your services, they know who to go to.
Exactly.
Would it be safe to say if it's more like salesy to where you're just trying to push your product on everybody without really saying how it can help, it probably, your search engine optimization probably isn't as great.
If that's all you have for content, then yeah, but you can do both. Because there's kind of like when you take a step back and you look at it from like the sales funnel or the marketing funnel, the SEO piece is like the top of the funnel. It's like when people are first discovering who you are as a company, as an individual, as a real estate agent or broker. But then as you go down the funnel, now is when, yeah, you probably will have some more sales-oriented content because now they've maybe made the decision or they're narrowing down their decision between a couple of different options, whatever it is that they're looking for. Now, okay, what does your product or service provide? What's the cost? Things like that. But the organic piece to originally bring them in is, yeah, it's that genuinely helpful content that brings value to somebody. That's not just saying, hey, here's our services, here's the price, here's where we perform them. You got to bring them in a little bit higher before you can get to that step.
And that's what you help with.
Yeah, I mean, we do all of it, really. The SEO is like where I started. And then as you get down into that sales-oriented stuff, now that becomes a lot more of paid advertising as well as conversion optimization, which is like once somebody comes to your website, now that's just half the battle or a third of the battle, really, because, well, ranking is a third of the battle. Getting them to click is the next step, and then now they're on the website. How do you get them to actually call you or purchase from you or rent a jet ski from you? Right. And
or like fill out that survey with their contact info.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is it because maybe you have like a market analysis that submit their email address and they'll download the analysis or whatever, but now you have their email. Or is it, if you're trying to sell a product or whatever, like, are you running a promotion on it or whatever it may be? There's different ways, and then how you structure the calls to action throughout the website, if that's buttons to click, if it's links within the content to other pieces of content, just a whole bunch of kind of different nuances that go into it.
So I got a question.
Yeah, hit me.
How did you start? Because SEO freelance is not every person going to think, yeah, let me start an SEO business or a freelance business.
Yeah.
It's not clothing, like everybody want to do that.
Yep.
How did you even think about even doing that?
Yeah. So I graduated with a marketing degree from college. And my first job out of college was recruiting. I was a tech recruiter. I did it for a couple different agencies. Didn't like it. There's a lot of, I don't know, just something that it wasn't really fulfilling. I liked it at first because it was like, oh, you help people get jobs, but then they don't really care about that. The company just wants you to meet your numbers and whatever. So I was looking for how can I actually use my marketing degree for something that would like interest me. I graduated in 2014, which is 10 years ago now, which seems crazy.
Man, you old.
Yeah, but even then, like we didn't learn anything digital marketing. It was all like event marketing or traditional like brand marketing types of things. So I started looking at this digital thing and started coming across like these different tactics, advertising, web design. I wasn't a web designer at the time. And I learned about SEO and the concept of it. Because when you think about marketing, like the North Star of marketing is to identify your ideal consumer and then be where they are at the time that they're there. If that makes sense. SEO does exactly that. It puts you in front of your ideal consumer because they're looking for the product or service that you offer. It puts you in front of them at the very moment they need what it is that you offer.
So it's more so controlled almost. Instead of having to like, hey, put something somewhere that you think they're going to be, they're searching literally and you're there.
Right, exactly. So in my mind, I was like, well, there's no better time to reach somebody than that. That sounds fun. So started learning, took some online courses, and then ultimately got a job here in Charlotte, which is what brought me here. And then now you're here, and now we're all doing this podcast.
Now, where are you from before?
Originally, Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
Yep,
Greatest
like
town on earth.
And then explain how, because at the beginning you said the guy that brought you to Charlotte. Explain how you brought him to Charlotte.
Well,
Yeah, I'll let Jeff tell his side of the
Okay.
story.
I mean, he was on his way to Austin, Texas. It seemed
Austin,
like for the most part.
Texas.
You have mentioned that a couple of times.
I wanted
Yeah.
to be a
I ain't
Longhorn.
never heard that.
Yeah.
You looking about Austin, Texas?
Yeah,
Oh shoot, what you about doing in Texas?
Imagine.
I was intending on going to grad school there.
What?
Yeah,
He wanted to be a Longhorn.
that's right, dude.
That's crazy.
Now Texas is back.
Waste of money.
I know. That's exactly what it would have been.
Yeah.
But I came right before COVID for spring break.
Yeah, so the drunkest Tyler's ever been
It's true.
was when he visited here.
That's true.
What did you have him drinking?
Like,
Damn, I don't know.
We
We went
just
to
went to,
Gin
like,
Mill in Brickyard.
Oh
and,
man, y'all were in the
The
thick of it.
Celtics, like Jaylen Brown hit like a game winner or something. Am I making
he
that
sent
up?
it to overtime.
Okay.
Yeah, like a 3. I don't know. I don't remember what bar we were at there.
That was at Gin Mill. I
we were
think.
freaking out.
So Jaylen Brown hits a 3, and that's it for you, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
So that was the funnest. Was that the funnest night in Charlotte so far. This has been here for like 2-3 years.
It was up there. It was up there.
That was a good time. But
Yeah.
Spring break. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, that was your spring break. Oh yeah, and your
Yeah.
flight got rerouted to Greensboro because there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fire here or something.
Yeah. There's a plane on fire. On the
No, not literally. It was like in the it was in the control pit. Or,
Oh, that's what it was.
control
yeah.
tower.
The
There was
control
smoke or
tower.
something.
There's a
Oh.
fire in there.
That's good. So that puts all the planes at risk.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had to land in Greensboro and drove up, grabbed me there.
Yeah.
We came down 85.
So it was really by accident that you was here.
No. I was coming here anyways.
Oh, okay.
It was just
Yeah.
by accident that he
Yeah,
got to
but-
Greensboro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stayed, visited, but I mean, it's not that I brought him here, but I think maybe that was a little incentive to look into here. Sold him on the city probably as a growing real estate market and just a growing city in general. But ultimately, I mean, you did your research on wanting to work for high performance and
Yeah.
kind of set that as your main goal to
Right.
make that your own thing.
And
Well, I was
Austin-
like, I'm gonna move to Charlotte. I just need to find a job here.
in Austin, were you just gonna go like to Gary Keller and apply straight to Gary Keller, or what?
No, I was gonna try and go to school there.
Oh, well, yeah, you made the right choice.
Yeah, which would have been a waste of money.
And then extend your extend your fraternity over there too.
Nah, you don't do that after you graduate.
Ty was done being the president of the frat.
Yeah, you don't do that anymore.
So,
But
so how are y'all related then?
Cousins.
Cousins.
Yeah.
All right. So dads, obviously,
Our brothers.
obviously brothers, pretty close.
Yep.
Both from Wolfboro or Wolfsboro.
Wolf,
Wolf.
Wolfboro.
Singular.
One wolf.
one
Yeah.
wolf.
Hey,
With
since y'all in New Hampshire, it's a little thing in West Virginia how cousins be married, little wife cousins.
Yeah, that's West Virginia.
Y'all be doing
Just like
that
you
in New Hampshire.
No,
That is not even remotely close to West Virginia.
I haven't married my cousin,
I
That's a plus.
haven't married one either. So
That's a
but I'm
Yeah.
also not married yet.
I
So,
would say there is still time.
yeah,
You
there
never
is.
know. You never know. Ancestry.com or something.
What a-
dude, that's crazy.
What a question.
Oh, that is. We were talking. Should we tell this story?
Yeah, I don't see why
Ancestry.com.
not.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
If you have
So-
to ask, well, yeah, don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like there's no end to it really. But you mentioned Ancestry.com. We just found this out back home over Christmas Eve.
Oh my God, it's going. But
Yeah,
we're
you-
talking about marrying cousins.
no. It has nothing to do with
That's
that.
nothing. No, nothing to do with that. It has to do with Ancestry.com.
Yeah,
It just
I'll just
flowed.
get to it. So basically, my grandmother, our grandmother, the mother of both of our fathers, her father, like I guess wasn't like very much in the picture as like she was growing up, or at least once she was older, and then had our dads as her kids. But there came about some story where like she had a 13-year-old half sister that her father had with like that was out of wedlock. Is that
Yeah.
what they say? And he was also somebody like pretty high powerful within the town of Beverly, Massachusetts. He worked at some like big machinery company or something, was like a head honcho there or something, so had some power. But he had like this 13-year-old daughter that I don't even know if Mimi knew her.
I don't
at
think
the
so.
time, but the girl was strangled to death
in a park.
in a park in Beverly, Mass.
Oh, this took a turn. I was not expecting that one at all.
Dude,
And, like,
same
I thought,
as
I
what
thought
happened
she was
to me
just
on
going to show up
Christmas
to I thought she was going to show up to Christmas
like
that
we just
year or something.
found out about this like
It was
less than a month ago.
Yeah, it was just like brought up, and then we were like, dude, we got to do Ancestry.com and see if we can figure out
So
if we know anything
Yeah, you
about
couldn't find
this.
anything.
Nothing
your
online.
cousin got strangled in a park.
No,
No, my cousin's sitting right here.
no. It was like our great grandfather had his like secret child,
That would have been like your great aunt, I think.
or Yeah.
Yes.
That would have been your
Yes.
great
Yeah,
aunt, right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
Great aunt
That would have
got
been your great aunt.
strangled
Yeah, aunt, yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So have y'all done the Ancestry.com? Found anything out about it yet? or
No.
what? I know it's pretty recent.
There
but-
wasn't
it's just
anything to
happened.
like, really find out there.
Did y'all
No?
donate blood? I know you have to like sometimes donate blood to figure out.
A lot of
real-
times you can
real
just get a
authentic.
mouse swab.
Yeah, I think you can do the spit thing.
Yeah, like Liz, I did Ancestry.com. So did my dad. My dad's adopted, and he ended up finding he didn't know who his real parents were. He found his real parents.
way.
Yeah, it was craziest thing. And so down in Key West.
Dude, that just gave me chills.
Oh,
That's
dude,
so
it was
cool.
nuts. And this was like 2 years ago. And the craziest part is his real dad died on his birthday. And he had never met him before.
Oh,
And it was
what?
crazy. And so the year he found out was the year that his real dad died. So he never got to meet him. And so, and this was probably like 3 years ago now, but he ended up owning Sloppy Joe's down in Key West, which I guess now that we found out about is a pretty big bar down there. Like Ernest Hemingway was a big, I guess, guy or person down
Author?
there at that. Well, he was, but like that was his place of residence, and like Sloppy Joe's was where he frequented and stuff. There's a whole
Okay.
thing about it. It was crazy. His name was
That's
Sidney
wild.
Snellgrove, and it was absolutely crazy. And so now that was out of wedlock too. So my dad, no one ever knew until, well, he did obviously, but and then his mom did, but then he's got stepmom too, and it turns out they live in Bluffton still,
Okay.
and so they actually ended up having a house on St. Helena, which is Beaufort County.
Okay.
So they lived there the entire time. We just never knew.
Damn, dude.
So they're like right there.
Literally 30 minutes away.
I gotta get on that. I gotta get on
Yeah,
Ancestry.
it was the craziest thing ever.
So
Craziest
how I
thing
do
ever.
that? It just goes my swab and send it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
all?
yeah, you'll see. You go to Ancestry.com and then it's pretty simple.
Is it expensive? It sounds like it's expensive.
No, it's like $100, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like $100. And so yeah, we did it.
23andMe too is the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
23andMe.
The more
Yeah.
people that do it in your family, the better
Which
better
one is better?
chance.
I don't know.
23andMe. Ancestry.
I know one of them, maybe they both do it, but there's like an extra level you can pay that'll tell you if you're like susceptible to diseases.
Yep,
or
that's
something.
Ancestry. Yeah, they offer that.
Okay.
I didn't do that part 'cause I don't want to know that. But
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
but you could like eat better if you know that.
yeah,
True.
You should probably
yeah.
eat better anyway, I guess.
You could go
I
just
should.
get some tests from a doctor.
I would say I need a doctor and a nun, right? What? Doesn't he do that?
Oh, Doctor Arnone.
Or no? Same
I
thing.
thought you said a nun.
I think I did.
I thought you said Dr. Nunn.
Dr. Anun. I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like a nun, like a Catholic nun.
No.
All right, so back to websites and Reach One Local. We covered SEO. The other thing that you said that you do is you build out sites for companies, and then you also do targeted advertisement.
Yep.
So where do you spend most of your time? Is it just like a blend of all three, or are you primarily one?
So far this year, it's been primarily in web design. But the way it works, kind of like the web design is, it takes up a lot of time up front. But then once the site's complete, like you can always add, and you should always be adding to it and updating things as needed. But it's a big project initially, but then the recurring stuff becomes the SEO that's ongoing and the advertising that's ongoing. Right now, we're busy with a few websites that we're working on. So that's been, to start the year, that's been where my priority has been. But it's really like, it's me and one of my buddies, Gordo,
Yeah.
is a partner with me in it. It's trying to find the balance right now of making sure we get these websites built, because that's also money on the table. But then also we got to make sure we're keeping up with everything monthly from the SEO and from the advertising side. So, I mean, that's part of still figuring it out as an entrepreneur as we go.
So right now you've got like a two-man gig going right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So this SEO business is like pretty intriguing.
Yeah.
What's the overhead cost with that?
It's not a lot. It depends on, I mean, it's your rent or your mortgage or and your electric and all that stuff, obviously. But I mean, for the business itself, there's some tools that I use to track keyword rankings, to do keyword research, to monitor competitors of our clients and things like that. You got to pay hosting for your website, but I mean, in the traditional sense of a business, there's really not a lot, which is great. The biggest overhead is the time.
Right.
And then because it's a service, it's not a product. So it's one thing to sell the service and to bring the client on, but then the most important thing is to deliver. And not only deliver, but to exceed expectations. And yeah, I mean, that's the biggest overhead. But dollar-wise, it's
How many clients do you have right now?
depending, so website right now we have 5 websites in progress, and then monthly clients, we have 12 monthly clients that we're working with. So trying to balance that while also trying to scale
What does growth look like there?
in terms
Like
of
in terms of actually
Like
building a
finding
team.
clients.
Well, yeah. Well,
you're talking about.
we can go both ways.
Okay.
I'll start that one first because that's the problem that we're kind of not problem. It's a good problem to have, but what we're trying to figure out right now. So I think we're gonna have to start outsourcing things, but I'm also like OCD a little bit, perfectionist a little bit when it comes to certain things. Like it's got our name on it coming out of it, especially the stuff where like a website is one thing where you pay me to build a website. I'll build you a really good website. We'll go back and forth with some edits, but we will get it looking how you want. That's great. You're happy. But the SEO, the advertising, you're paying me to make you money. So if there's not a return on your investment, then I'm not doing my job. So point is we're going to have to outsource work or hire somebody. We're not at a place where we can hire somebody yet, but we'll need to outsource probably content writing first off. But I'm like, it's hard for me to kind of just like let go of having, I mean, I'll still have the approval of everything that goes out the door, but I don't know. That's kind of the thing I'm trying to figure out right now is like, what's going to be the best approach to do that?
It's not controlling everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
that makes sense.
But that's part of that. You can't grow if you can't do that.
Right.
Also, you got to be able to hire people you trust or work with third parties you trust and then delegate effectively.
Yeah. Hire slow, fire fast.
Yeah, ideally not fire, but yeah. I mean, I guess if somebody's not working out, then
If
you
you-
have
if
to.
you had
It's
to.
easier to do that with a third party outsourcing
Yeah.
rather
Right.
than an employee.
So you have 12 people paying you monthly.
Yep,
Dang.
yep. Right now,
I
trying
ain't
to
trying
grow.
to count your pockets, but I seen your little quotes.
That's giving you a deal too.
I'm about to add it up right now.
No, but I mean, there's different levels of packages for it. Just depends on what everybody wants.
Yeah, I was gonna keep it at 500. Let's see what it is.
Okay.
You
gonna
just
say-
gave everybody your
and then
deal
tell them my
now.
social security number too.
I ain't gonna-
But no, but yeah, I mean, there's some packages that are there. There's some that are more. There's some that are less, depending on what you need for support. But
That's tough.
How are you finding clients?
Okay,
How do
that
you go
was-
about that?
yeah, so a lot of it's been word of mouth. Do a really good job for somebody. They're happy to tell you about it. One of our biggest clients right now is they're real estate wholesalers up in Providence, Rhode Island, with 2 of the guys that are going to be getting their real estate license. So then hopefully we'll be turning that into more than just a wholesaling business, or they will, and then we'll be a part of their marketing team for that. But that came from a real estate wholesaler that I built a website for down here, and the AJ. And well, he's a realtor as well, but it was
Yep.
for their investing side anyway. And then the guys up in Providence came across AJ from a buyer that was interested in property down here, and he was like, "Oh, who did your website?" and referred him to me, and now that's led to 2 clients up there. So that's been awesome. Some of it has been a little bit of our own SEO, where we've had some leads that have come through, not a whole lot, because the caveat with that is that when you're in the SEO industry, everyone who's in the SEO industry knows how to do SEO and does it really well, so it makes it very hard to rank.
Everyone's like near perfect on all SEO. Like that is an SEO
Yeah,
company.
I mean, perfect is a tough way to say it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing, so it makes it tougher. And then some of it is cold calling, reaching out to people. That's where Gordo has been really, really grinding and doing it, and he's been responsible for bringing on a good amount of the clients lately anyway. Then it just becomes a numbers game. I mean, as you guys know.
Are you a
real
cold
estate
caller
is.
yourself?
So when I was in recruiting, I was cold calling a lot. So that got me comfortable with being able to pick up the phone and
Bro.
just call people, talk to people. I mean, by nature, I'm more of an introverted person. Like
Yeah, I wouldn't have sparked that as a.
I don't love cold calling. That's part of why I stopped recruiting. But you know, if I got to do it, I got to do it. So
Right.
I was, and then it's easier when I know what I'm talking about. If I'm calling somebody, the hardest part is like, well, 1, getting them on the phone to begin with, but then 2, when I say, okay, this is what I do, then they're like, oh, well, here's just another sales pitch coming. So
Yeah.
skirting around that. But now we've been fortunate to bring on some clients with kudos to Gordo for all of his help. But so I've been super busy with the actual work, the web design, the SEO, the strategy stuff, and he's been leading a lot of the continuing sales
Right.
and everything.
How'd you find that the pizza place in Litchfield?
So I
South
lived in Myrtle
Carolina.
Beach.
Oh, okay,
for
that
2.5
makes more
years,
sense.
and I played softball with the guy who runs it. He actually was a defensive coordinator at Coastal Carolina.
No kidding.
Did you guys have anyone on here from Coastal? Or am I making that up?
Well,
Josh?
Mike Tolbert's from Coastal.
Yeah.
And my uncle from Coastal. So
Wait, do you have Mike Tolbert on here?
No.
we trying to.
We're working
Nice.
on it.
Hell yeah, good luck.
And, yeah, we're trying to, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was just a fun fact. But yeah, I played softball with him, and he opened up, once he stopped coaching, he opened up this restaurant. And I was like, hey, man, I could help you. I don't really know a whole lot, but I'll do it for free.
I'd say it's free.
Yeah.
All right,
He was
what's the
like,
worst
"Sure."
that happens?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
How'd you come up with Reach One, that logo, or the name actually?
So it means essentially reach page 1 of local search.
You didn't even know that.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, that's genius.
But the big thing too, like so I've done nothing like super successful, but tried to start a few different businesses here and there. And like the number one thing for me is like finding a good domain. Like I'll base the business name off of what domains are available. Domain being reach1local.com. So like I wanted originally like Reach One. I thought it just sounded better, but that's already taken. Yeah, so kind of basing it off of that, and then that was one that stuck, and I bought it like 6 years ago maybe. No, still.
And that
got it.
was
Oh,
all.
so you've had this one in the bank for a minute then.
Yeah, I mean I had the website built a while ago too. This was like I was freelancing under Reach One Local.
Okay.
I mean, it was never an LLC then. It is now. Wasn't then, but it was just like trying to make myself look bigger than I was, kind of.
right.
Fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah,
Works.
that's kind of what you got to do a little
Yeah,
bit.
absolutely.
Were
Absolutely.
you gonna ask something? Oh, sorry. I thought I cut you off previously.
So you said you have a client up in Providence, you have one in Denver, so you're not just Charlotte based. You're anywhere.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, when I was so the first job professionally doing this was Town Square Interactive here in Charlotte, over there, I think.
Well, wait. Town Square Interactive on top of a restaurant.
McCormick and Schmick's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an interview there before I came to High Performance.
Oh, really?
They ain't hired me, so that's why I went to High Performance.
What do they do?
SEO, web design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have like
You were gonna get
salespeople
into
too,
that?
though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
when I
Yeah.
said I was trying to find any job, I was trying to find any job.
I would say, yeah, I knew they had
applied.
salespeople.
Yeah, there's like, so it's way bigger now. Even when I was there was like probably 700 people, and half of them were sales, half of them were the service side.
Yeah, and they didn't hire me because I didn't have a college degree.
Well,
Which
Dang.
you're better off where you're at now.
I was glad. I'm so glad I didn't go there.
Man, before I got into real estate, I was looking at just like sales jobs because I just wanted a job to where I could wear a suit. And
Nice.
I kid you not, it was the only reason. And I
Yeah.
was on I was on LinkedIn doing it, and Town Square Interactive was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I set up an interview with them, it seemed sketchy to me. I didn't really know what I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I think I'm gonna get like kidnapped or something. But they're actually real, huh?
So you was a recruiter
they were-
over there?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I
And
was
it's
there
like,
for,
wait,
about a
you
year.
will interview me?
No way. No way.
That's sketchy.
I gotta come to you. You're not coming to me. No.
That's crazy.
I didn't know you was
real.
a recruiter for them.
What?
I didn't know you was a recruiter for them.
No, I wasn't a recruiter. That's where I learned SEO. I was an SEO
Oh.
analyst. I was a recruiter
Okay.
for Robert Half, technical
Okay.
recruiter.
Yeah, he's the one that decided they didn't hire you.
You did me a service.
I did.
That was crazy.
Yeah. When did you interview there?
I started with them in October, so I had to be like probably a week before that, 2 weeks before that. It was
Like
like,
this
real
past
quick.
No,
So-
like,
October of 2023.
Two.
Two.
oh, okay. That was
Yeah.
like 5 years after I was gone.
Oh, yeah, you old. Yeah.
Y'all were close.
You're a senior citizen. I forgot.
Yeah, I am. 30 club.
You're 30?
31, dude.
You're 31. How old are you? 40?
29.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
40. How old are you?
40.
Hey, my birthday next month, so we'll come back.
He's about to be 25.
25.
You better be 24?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Damn,
Wow, still one more year till you can rent a car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You still got to have adult supervision for something.
Nah, get our boy Kyle. We got to rent that Lambo.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
dude,
do get
you
to rent the
turned
Lambo.
24. Oh, I guess that'd be the same thing. Never mind, that's stupid.
24 and 24?
Yeah, but you were 23 and 23 and 22 and 22 too.
Yeah, so easy.
True.
I
every
love
year-
my year. I love my year's board. It's
Yeah,
so
that's,
easy.
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
You
fine.
got to do the math. I carry the one.
I was like,
I was
I went
thinking-
through that in my head for a
Yeah.
minute there after you said, I was like, oh wait, yeah, that does work every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice, dude.
Yeah. Throw a little party up here probably.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a
Nah,
good spot for
I'm
it.
capped.
So what's next with Reach One Local? Kind of what's the plan here moving forward? You got your second person on board.
Yep.
You know, about 12 clients. What's the goal for 2024?
There's a couple of them. So one thing is we're actually niching, I don't even know how to say that, niching into real estate a little bit. So part of it is because you look up anybody that talks about how to really excel in whatever business you're doing, find your niche. So how do I find my niche? Well, one, I was like, all right, how can I make something to do with baseball? But I can't come up with anything that's lucrative. Then real estate is just something I've always been interested in from an investment standpoint, especially in this city. Also, our dads
Right.
have been in real estate forever. That's what they did. They owned a modular home company when we were growing up. And then living with you, learning about stuff every day from you as far as just trends in the area and everything. Gordo also owns an investment property, so the two of us are already a little bit in the real estate investment game. So to answer your question, part of it is creating a separate entity to focus on real estate marketing, where we wouldn't necessarily be focused on, okay, we do SEO. It's here's our package, our lead generation package for you. And then there's a lot of things that go into that. Part of it's SEO, part of it's advertising, and part of it is the website. Part of it's email as well. So growing that side of it, trying to work with more realtors, and then getting to a certain amount of clients, both monthly as well as doing a certain amount of websites, and then also a certain dollar amounts that we want to strive for, things like that. Oh, and then, so that's, I guess, the business financial side or whatever in terms of goals. But then the other piece is outsourcing, like you were saying, or hiring somebody potentially, getting to the point where we can, I don't think it'll be realistic to have a full-time employee this year, but getting to the point where we are effectively delegating things to people we trust so that can allow us to scale even more so.
Okay. So leveraging just more things that you don't necessarily enjoy doing in order to free up more time
Yeah.
for you to go get more business.
Yep.
Or for you to grow that real estate portion. Now, with that real estate part, you said creating like a separate entity for it. Would it still be underneath like the umbrella of Rev One or not Rev One, Reach One Local?
Yeah, so that's part of what we're trying to figure out, actually. We got a meeting with a business lawyer next week to figure out the best way to structure that, whether it's two different LLCs or is the realty side a DBA of Reach One Local, because it's the same services for
Yeah.
the most part that we're offering in a vacuum anyway, but then tailored to the real estate side of things, because like what's important in the real estate market is different than what's important for like an insurance agency that we're working with. So, yeah.
It's really just about setting it up which way makes you pay the least amount of taxes.
Yeah,
Right.
that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's about to fuck me. This is my first time. I mean, I paid like a little bit of my own taxes with freelancing, but now is the first year of full-time self-employment.
Oh,
Is,
yeah, they about to.
It's exciting.
yeah.
There's nothing like your first year.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Writing a check. Yeah. Just seeing that money stack up all year and then gone.
Yeah, but so now I'll start paying those quarterly at least, so it won't hurt so bad.
Right.
Is the goal for you to stay here in this area?
Like long term, I'm not sure. I think I'll always own property here.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is to have houses in a few different places and be able to bounce around and
Right.
be rich and do all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't have plans to leave here
Okay.
right now.
So headquarters for the company would probably stay here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, the other thing is we're from New Hampshire and there's no income tax in New Hampshire.
Right.
So that's something to consider. But
And what it sounds like was the benefit with your company here is that you could do it from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like even if you did set up here, you could potentially keep a couple employees here and then still
Yeah.
go wherever else.
Yeah, or when we do hire employees, I mean, they might be here, they might be.
So I
in
guess they could be
Washington.
anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no matter what.
exactly. So, who knows? But yeah, I mean, that is the beauty of it. Like, it's not like we have to build up a clientele in a local area, and then if you move somewhere else, you're starting from scratch.
Right.
We can do it from anywhere. So,
It'd be more so just where you want to live.
yep.
Is this business like, could you sell it down the line if you wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It would be a matter of how many clients we have on.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, you could.
getting it to the point. But then, excuse me, it'd be interesting because, I mean, I think that's where having a team of full-time employees would be really important, because if it's just like us doing it and we're outsourcing content, then if we're to sell, say we get up to like 150 clients and it's just us outsourcing stuff, like if we were to sell that as a business, whatever that might be worth, is that actually even worth anything? Because maybe those clients leave if now they're not working with us.
Right. Have you created the systems
Right.
like to be able to like prove and repeatable and being able to just plug and play anyone in there to be able to go and maintain it? Or
right.
is it just you? Like if you're not there, then it could fall apart.
Exactly. And like right now, yeah, it is. But that's also part of what I was talking about before, where like I need to get over that like just control issue, as far as like just wanting to be in control of everything that is done, because I'm a perfectionist in that regard and stuff. But so finding the right employees to put in place to do that long term, we're talking a few years from now anyway, I think probably. Well, who knows? But I think that's something that would have to be in place if this was to be an investable business or for somebody to pick up. But at the end of the day, a place like Town Square or something similar to that has 20,000 clients, however many. They were at like 15,000. I don't know if I should share that, but they have a lot of clients. It would make sense that they would want more clients.
Right.
Yeah. Shouldn't you just be selling a database at that point?
Yeah, I guess, kind of. You would.
Yeah, unless you have some sort of different system or different, I guess, I don't really know the terminology for the technology behind it, but
Yeah.
something better to where it's more efficient, to where it
Right.
can service
Which-
more clients.
Yeah, but you're right, because at the end of the day, like, I'm providing a service. I'm not doing anything revolutionary. Just like if somebody had a lawn care business and they were to sell that, you're selling your clientele.
You're selling your clientele and maybe your lawn care equipment.
Yeah,
That's
right.
probably about it.
Right, which we don't have equipment to sell, so I can sell on my MacBook, I guess. I kind of like it though.
Man, that's SEO. That's interesting.
I guess, yeah.
You know, we should get you into the SEO for us.
I'm down.
It's crazy.
Let's
Right
talk.
now, our marketing company we work with a marketing company that we work with from a cold call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they cold called into
They
you?
cold called into us.
To
I remember because
high
I took
performance?
to high performance. I took the cold call. I remember it.
Nice.
So we get them all the time.
You
but
didn't hang
like-
up
Yeah.
on him?
No, well, usually I do because usually they're not very good at cold calling or anything. This guy was.
Yeah.
I remember his name and everything.
He closed you.
Oh, he was good.
Nice.
He was
Landon,
good. man.
Landon's tough to sell too.
He was.
Hey, he closed you.
He was good, man. He said it was like a 5-minute phone call, and that is a long phone call for someone spam calling us.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
and I was like, Thomas, I'll go give this to Megan. And so I went and gave it to Megan, and Megan was like, dude, he's actually got a point.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. Like, the
Yeah.
company's good. We switched companies right then.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like I've seen, because I've looked up, I forget what I think, so for the wholesalers I said that we were working with, I was looking something up real estate related down here, because sometimes like when I'll work with a company like located in Boston, I'll look at what similar businesses are doing in Charlotte or in New York or LA or other big cities. So I forget what I was looking at, but I was looking up real estate stuff in Charlotte for the purpose of trying to educate myself for what we might be able to do in Providence. And high performance was not the organic side, but the advertising piece was literally right at the top. So you guys are doing a good job of that, at least.
Yeah, and I guess from what he went and looked up, the guy who said he did this whole presentation, like we were, like our levels were very, very, very low. And we thought we were doing a great job. So we got a ton of reviews and everything like that. Because I mean, y'all, don't get me wrong, you're doing a great job, but like it could be so much better
Right.
just by
You don't know
fixing-
what you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Reviews are a key piece, and they've only gotten more and more important, especially with the whole AI revolution that's kind of come about in the last year. Google, from the SEO side, is they prioritize businesses that showcase their experience, and a huge piece of that is people leaving you reviews. And then on top of it, from the consumer standpoint, like you're going to go eat at a restaurant that has 90 reviews and it's a 2.7 star rating.
No way.
No, I'm going to the next one.
Yeah.
Reviews are huge.
Yeah, that's exactly how we search. Like me and my wife when we're in different cities or
Yep.
even here,
Yep.
different areas. Like, all right, let's go try something new. Let's go Google something.
Yep.
Whichever one's got good reviews, that's it.
So if I'm a business and you're approaching me saying like, hey, we can help you here, 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 and I'm telling you, you know, well, I already do a bunch of newspaper ads. I got billboards up. You know, what are you saying to make that connection with people? Because it sounds like it's like almost there where everybody realizes its importance, but also not at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, in that sense, I would say, all right, so what do you do? Whatever it is, you tell me. I would say, all right, let me just look that up real quick and run a search for whatever the service is that you provide and say, all right, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? It's probably going to say yes. And I'll say, all right, well, that's who I would go to right now because that's what I see. So if you're investing in a billboard, maybe spend some of that money on some digital stuff because that's where people are right now.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Dude, that's
Thanks.
yeah.
I mean, it's
you
true.
keep me on right there. Like
It's
that's
true.
Okay, yeah. It'd be a little bit disheartening, but yeah, you keep
Yeah.
me on.
Yeah. And because that's, again, like you are in front of somebody at the moment they need you. A billboard, people are driving by, they can't even do anything about that. 'Cause
Have
they're
you
driving.
ever called a billboard before?
Never.
Ever? Or ever gone to a website from a billboard?
I'm surprised they're like legal, right? It's like beside highways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like instead of like paying attention to the road at
Yeah.
70, 80 miles per hour trying to read something.
Yeah.
Now you got the ones that like flash and stuff like that too.
That's
They
kinda
change
tough,
and
yeah.
everything.
Well,
That's
yeah.
kind of tough. I look at it all the time.
Yeah. Bro, Mark Spain, I was driving somewhere. Mark Spain got like 5 billboard back to back. I'm like, damn, how much money did you spend on billboard?
Oh man, his marketing budget's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, that's that like just top of mind awareness kind of thing where you can't really attribute any revenue to it because there's no way to really track it.
Right.
But you know that people do see it as they drive by. So then if they ever have a need or if now they see you on a commercial or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy from the billboard.
Yeah, I think it's more so. It's not. I don't even think that they're like a lot of businesses buy them for people to actually use them to go to the website right then, right? I think
Right,
it's more
right.
so, hey, you put a big face on the billboard or whatever, and then whenever the time does come, and you have obviously marketing in a lot of different other places.
Yep.
It's like, oh wait, yeah,
Exactly.
this guy is that guy. Okay, yeah, now I do need him. And
Yep.
so versus if you don't have that, well then that's the first time you see the guy.
Yep.
And say maybe I don't call.
I
Yep.
actually used the billboard to get us to go to the car show down at the convention center. I kept seeing it in the billboards. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? I Googled it, and I was like, bro, you want to go to the car show? And then that's how it happened. So it came off a billboard, just letting you know.
So Austin's the only guy in the
Yeah,
United
only
States of
guy,
America.
only guy to ever do that.
Only guy in the United States to ever use a billboard.
Was that while you were driving?
Yeah, I was driving.
Oh my god.
Because they only had the billboard on the highway on 77.
This
Yeah.
dude looks at everything but the road while he's driving.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wild.
So, do you guys know who Tyler Austin is? Not to totally change subjects.
Tyler Austin.
No.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't,
The two
actually.
of you guys is the name of the dude who Joe Kelly hit when the Red Sox got into that brawl in
Oh.
2018.
And he charged a man.
Yep.
Tyler Austin. You got 2
That's his
first
name.
names.
That's you two.
Yeah.
Tyler Austin.
It's crazy.
Yep.
2 first names is
Joe Kelly throws
Yeah.
hard too. I know
Yeah,
that.
he
I know that one didn't feel good. Like, he throws
No.
real hard.
Yeah, and he's like a psychopath.
Yeah.
He even says it too.
100% psycho. Is he still with the Dodgers?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. His wife was recruiting Otani
Oh,
to
yeah,
the Dodgers.
you were telling me that.
And she was like posting a bunch of videos on like TikTok and Instagram trying to get Otani to come to the Dodgers. And
Well,
then
it
when he
worked.
signed, he bought her a Porsche.
Yeah.
I'm not
Those
even
dude
watching
named Jeff
baseball
House?
this year.
What?
You know this dude named Jeff House?
No, I can't say I do. do you?
No.
I think he's combining our names.
Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah.
Is House your real last name? You said that in the podcast.
Yeah, it's right.
What a great name for a realtor.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Very
that was-
SEO friendly too.
Right? We
Yeah.
still got to figure something out to do with that.
He goes,
Landonhouse.
every time on the phone, he goes, yes, that is my real last name.
It works every time. Every time.
I bet.
I get them to laugh, and then they don't curse.
I just
they don't
laughed.
curse at me after that. So
Nice.
it works out well.
It's
yeah.
like what's the Chris Moneymaker? Is that his name? Poker player. I don't think that was
I
his
don't
real last name though.
I don't know. It probably wasn't.
Chris-
It's a dude named
Chris
Cash
Cashman?
Money, though.
What?
Last
Yeah.
name's
Cashman,
Money.
maybe?
First name's Cash. Cash
Maybe
Money.
there was Moneymaker.
Or like the weatherman here, Larry Sprinkle.
Really?
Really?
I think his name is Larry Sprinkle.
Larry
Look it up.
Sprinkle.
Pretty sure, yeah, something like that.
That's funny.
Larry Sprinkle. Larry.
Look it up.
Nice.
So what else you do here in Charlotte while you've been here for the past what 7 years, 8 years, 10 years?
2017, 7 years, yeah.
7.
6.5. Like I said, coaching baseball up at Cannon, led by Coach Matt Kelly, who we played men's league with him.
Yep.
That keeps me busy a lot. It's a lot of fun. Play men's league baseball, and then trying to grow the business right now.
That's about it.
Pretty much it, man. It's what my life's made up of at this point. I just can't really complain about it. Not
No.
much time for a whole lot of other things, but I like spending it that way.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Well, I got on my head. You don't play basketball tomorrow? 8 tomorrow? No.
What time?
It's like 3.
Oh, I thought you just
PM?
said 8.
Yeah, I
One.
thought you said 8 too.
Oh,
Yeah,
you told me
I
about
thought-
that. Yeah, it's
I mean, it's $8. It's $8.
yeah, this dude's yeah, somebody bought a gym and like bought the gym for a certain amount of time and then is
Yeah.
trying to charge people to come play.
No.
Like, what are we even doing?
He charged $8 to
Yeah,
cover
that's
the
like-
fee
that-
for the rental of the gym. So eight times 15 is whatever amount. That's how much it's gonna cost.
I told Austin,
He's
we'll
like-
get 5 together, and if we win, we don't pay anything.
This guy
Is that like
saw
arbitrage or something?
yeah,
Right,
yeah. He saw a TikTok side hustle. He's like, so this is what I do on Saturdays. I find a local gym and I rent it out for $50, and
Charge
then
$8 a person.
and then I put out ads
Bro,
On
let's
billboards.
play.
on billboards
You ain't trying to play tomorrow though?
Austin already paid.
at 3.
I don't know what time it is
You
yet.
told me it was a 1.
I gotta. It's like 1 out there.
Dude, my whole day isn't open. Like, you got to give me a time. I'll let you know.
I'll call you tomorrow.
I got you. Let me see. Let me check the group chat.
Because maybe.
I can't.
So let me ask you guys a question
All right.
from the real estate side, especially as we're trying to figure out this whole real estate marketing thing that we're going into. What is the most difficult thing day to day, month to month, week to week, whatever it is, in the real estate industry, especially in this area?
That's a good question.
Difficult.
Oh, man. Would this be in regards to, like, getting bit, like, kind of tying it into what you do?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That would be helpful for me.
Yeah, we'll run it that way.
Most difficult thing. I would say like the most difficult aspect of our job is we do like a ton of outbound calling. So calling expireds, withdrawns, for sale by owners, and being able to gain people's trust over the phone from just like an initial phone call to then have them allow us to come out to their house to meet them to potentially earn their business. That's probably the most difficult part of what we do, because the rest of it, like a lot of it, fortunately for us, is taken off of our hands. Like once it goes
Yeah.
under contract, having to deal with like negotiations for repairs. Like we have a team that specializes in that, so we can focus on getting more business and putting that business under contract. But
We focus on what we're good at, and
Which
kinda-
is sales.
Yeah, exactly. Which is sales.
Yeah.
It's talking to people, and it's negotiating the original contract, right? And then like contract to close. If we need to step back in, sure, we can.
Yeah.
And we've leveraged out a lot of what our business entails, kind of like you're looking to do now. We've already leveraged that. When I say we, the team
Yep.
has already leveraged a lot of that out. And so yeah, I would say day to day, that could be up there for sure. That and just keeping our database, like our CRM, for me at least, like just keeping that organized. 'Cause you do get to a point where you get a whole bunch of leads and stuff like that, and then,
and
it's
then
like,
you forget about people. Like, oh shoot, supposed to call this
Yeah.
person on that day.
and we're always on the go too. So when we're out on consultations, stuff like that, and it's like, well, I had to go on this consultation, so I wasn't able to get all my calls done. I got to make sure I remember. There's a lot that goes into
Yep.
it.
So do you have a certain amount of calls you're supposed to make every day, or is it just you're saying like you have reminders that you set for yourself that you got to make sure you touch base with people at a certain point?
Both. There's people that like you'll have conversations with, and you're like, all right, let me add to my database, and then we have like reminders set up to make sure we call them, and then
Yeah.
like leave notes from the previous conversation. But then it's also like, okay, if I like really knowing your numbers, like if I want to set a listing today, I got to talk to like, 50 people or whatever
Yeah.
it
Right.
is.
Numbers game.
That's
So-
it. Yep. Yep. That's
And
it.
like real conversations too, not like, nope, you got the wrong number or whatever
Okay,
it is.
contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like people who are like
Yeah.
actually considering selling. I
Yep.
need to talk to 50 of those people or 25 or whatever your
Whatever
number
your number is,
is.
everyone's number is different
Okay.
depending on your conversion rate, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I would just say keeping up with them, just in the system too. It's like I know whenever I get a call, like I'm in the car or something, I'll get a call. I don't always remember to go in and update something or go put them into a database. Like that's not my strong suit
Yeah.
there. So, and then all the spam calls we get too. Like our SEO is pretty good.
Yeah.
Eliminating those, that's
That's-
out of our control there. But you
It
know,
is.
just to kind of get there into
It's the
your
curse
realm
of
there.
being found.
Yeah, that's it.
But fortunately for us, I feel like we're like trained well enough where if someone calls in and they have a real estate need, no matter the situation, no matter the difficulty behind it, like we can handle it, no problem. Like let's just get out in front of you, because everything that's like an inbound, like there's no difficult inbound calls. Like if we see something coming in that's like Google listing services and it's not spam, it's a real person, we're like layup. It's a layup.
Yep.
That's it. Like that's business.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is straight up business. There is no way around it.
That's somebody who needs your help.
Yep.
Right.
That's someone that
Very
we
moment.
know is that we can convert. Sounds terrible, but we know that we can convert it
Yeah.
because we're good enough at what we do.
Yeah.
So
And you're helping them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And they're calling
they
us.
genuinely need your
Yeah.
service.
yeah, and they're calling us too. It's like you don't have to earn as much trust up front on the phone when people are calling you.
Yep.
Because you're what they've already found and what they already see is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you.
Exactly.
Right,
That's
now
the
you still
top of
do-
the funnel stuff that
Yeah.
builds the trust with them.
Exactly.
Because now there's so much stuff out there on the internet about everybody. But then it's the reviews is the big thing, and then making sure your online presence is built out. So they've already built that trust. So like you said, now it's
Yeah.
I mean it's just a much more qualified lead coming in.
Yeah, it's just a
Right.
matter now of just okay, now go show them that that stuff's true.
Right.
Like that's really all there is to it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's what you do is a huge key to our business.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, for a lot of them, it's being where it's putting your business in front of somebody at the very moment they need you. No better time to reach somebody than that.
Right.
That's the art of advertising, isn't it?
Yep. Marketing 101.
Cool. Well, this might be a good spot to wrap up here. I just hit an hour. Is there anything else that you feel that we should know about your business, where it's trending, you know, what's coming forth in the near future?
Just if you guys need help individually at high performance, anybody that you know in business would love to have a conversation, whether it's me helping them or if it's something I can't do but can point them in the right direction. That's kind of what the name of the game is, I think, in business, is just making as many connections as you can and helping as many people as you can, and then it all comes back around for you. But
Yeah.
if, I guess that's really it. But we're growing right now, so if there's anybody that needs help or just wants to have a conversation, I'm here for it.
And where can people find you?
Hit me up at reach1local.com. Go there. Jeff at reach1local.com is my email. You can find all of our contact info on the website, though. We're on social, not very active on it, but every handle is at reach1local if you want to check that out there. There's not a whole lot right now. We got to step that game up. But check out the website, reach out through that, send me an email if you need some help.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Sounds good.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it,
thanks
Jeff.
for
Jeff
coming on.
Runnels, Reach One Local.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.